Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, you motherfuckers. Well, it's Friday, and welcome to another episode. I'm gonna give you another episode, and you're gonna watch it, because you ain't got shit to do, you got a phone, and I don't remember the rest of the quote from Friday, and it's hard to switch it up from a weed reference to a episode reference. I tried. I couldn't do it. It's so hard to do shit off the top of your head. I guess if I wrote these or did scripts or something, I could have did the shit, but definitely can't do it off the top of my head. So, today's Friday. I'm starting the day off by smiling, but I wanted to talk about something kind of personal, and something that I think all of us sometimes in our life come across, and that's this is kind of a new theme, because back in the day this shit didn't really happen. Maybe in your scene you had some dude that you didn't really get along with, and he stayed on his side of the town, you stayed on your side of the town, or you go to a skate park and there's some dude you just couldn't fucking stand, and you stayed on one side of the skate park, he stayed on the other side of the skate park. And today I wanted to talk about haters, Instagram trolls, YouTube trolls, dickheads at skate parks, just people you don't get along with. And throughout the years, I've met these people and had problems with these people throughout, and it's funny how they've evolved. Now it's like comment warriors. It's not so much like, well, I'll take that shit back. I have gone to contests and gone to jams, and I've had little kids tell me I fucking suck. Montana Ricky sucks ass. He's the worst rider ever. Fuck you, Montana Ricky. I think it was like 4 years ago, I was at a jam in New York City, and there was just this one little kid that just kept coming up to me and telling me, fuck you, Montana Ricky. You're the worst bike rider, Ricky. Oh, fuck you, man. I hope you wreck. You suck ass. And just kept saying that shit to me. And if you've ever been to New York City and you go to a street ride in New York City or go to a jam in New York City, it's like 400 kids riding up and down the streets doing absolutely nothing BMX except for cruising and going fast and hopping on cop cars and jumping on cars and opening up car doors so the drivers get pissed off, and stealing people's phones out of their hands and just causing mayhem. But I had this one kid that just kept telling me that I sucked ass, and I remember letting him cruise ahead of me and then sneaking up on him and then kind of kicking his tire and pushing him over. But it's like, no matter who you are or what you do, if you have a good attitude and you're a nice person and you do things, there's always going to be somebody out there that fucking hates you, no matter what. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, I get it. I'm not the greatest rider in BMX. I'm not the best rider in BMX. I do like to have fun. I enjoy myself. I can ride BMX. I mean, it's not like I'm going out there and fucking doing bunny hop flares and bunny hop truck drivers to manuals to 180s and all these dope tricks. It's just, I go out and I ride my bike and I do a lot of things that are unorthodox. And some kids tend to gravitate to only liking things that are trendy. And what I mean by trendy are things that everybody in the industry or in the BMX world is doing. And so if there's somebody out there doing something different or standing out in a way that isn't the same as what they foresee as what BMX is or what the normal is, you're going to get hate for that. Now, I have been riding BMX for 26 years. And in my 26 years, I didn't always ride weird. I didn't always do weird tricks. I didn't always act different. When I first started riding BMX, I tried to be like the guys that I looked up to. I tried to be like everybody else. And I did that for years. Off and on. When I'd be with my friends, I would ride how I ride now. I just do goofy shit, have a good time, but also practice what the normal is. So if it was hangers down handrails, that's all I would do. If it was tire slides on quarter pipes, that's all I would do. Whatever the new trendy thing to do was on a bike, I would go out and learn those. And then one year, I think it was like 2008, my buddy Jesse Garcia was like, dude, stop riding like that. Just ride like yourself. And I never thought about it. And then I realized, holy fuck, Jesse, you're right. I do not ride like myself. I pretty much was faking it and thinking I was faking it to make it because I thought the only way to make it in BMX was to do the tricks that everyone else is doing. And then I realized, like, okay, well, those people that are doing those tricks are the people that were doing their own thing, and everyone started copying them. And the last thing you're going to want to see is watch a movie and you see 15 movies with Brad Pitt in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to see the same shit over and over and over. And that's why it's called a trend. Trends don't last forever, okay? Same with clothing, same with music. Like right now in music, all you hear is fucking Bad Bunny. No clue who he is. I know he's a Spanish singer. That's all you fucking hear is Bad Bunny. All right? That dude in a year ain't gonna be shit. Cardi B, you heard her all the time? Done. Fetty Wap? Done. Every goddamn rapper and every song, after a while, you're trendy, and then after trendy, you fall apart. So it's the same thing with BMX. And finally, when I realized, like, all right, let me be Ricky, I started doing what I've always done. Just weird tricks, going out, having a good time, not giving a shit what anybody thought. And it worked for me. It helped me get sponsors. It helped me get noticed. Like in BMX, whatever you want in BMX, you can obtain. All right? Like if you want to get sponsored, you just have to put the work in, and there's other things you can do if you're not better than the other riders that you're riding up against. That's the thing that people don't understand or kids don't get. Like, for instance, I'm not the best rider in the world, but my riding does stand out. And the reason my riding stands out is because it's unique, it's different, and I capitalize on the fact that I don't want to be like other people. And also, a good attitude and being a humble person will really get you far. Now, I haven't always been humble. When I was younger, my learning curve was crazy. I learned 360s when I think I was 11. Yeah, I was 11 years old, and then I stomped a 540 by the time I was almost 13. So, like, my learning curve was crazy. So, obviously, when you're that young and you start learning tricks, you're going to get cocky. And I lived in a small town, so there wasn't that many riders. And I was super cocky. I mean, I was still myself, but I would be like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. And I was always just kind of being a dickhead. And then I remember going to a contest, and I got my ass kicked by a fucking 10-year-old kid. So 17-year-old me really shut the hell up, because you can't get in this world being cocky. You can't get in this world forgetting where you came from, and you can't get in this world not giving props back to the people that helped you get where you got. And that's like the formula. The formula is practice, ride your ass off, find what you like in it, and if you want it, work for it. Now, the work for it that you're going to get is going to be really hard. You're going to get lucky, you're going to get chances, and you're going to have to do some things that you're not going to like to do, like you're going to have to ride in a contest. You're going to have to go to a jam. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a chance, and I'm not saying that like it's not going to be your only chance, but usually that's pretty much what you get. So it's like in BMX, just be yourself, be humble, and never forget where you came from. Now, with BMX haters, those little bastards, the new ones on the Instagram comments and the DMs, they can get ruthless. Now, I'm not the best rider, so I've said this. I've already repeated saying I'm not the best rider, but I do have a following. I have like almost 51,000 followers. Since I have 51,000 followers, there's kids out there that have 200 followers that are better than me on BMX. And usually the demographic of these kids are 16 to 24. Those 16 to 24-year-old kids fucking hate Montana Ricky. They can't stand me. They don't like the way I ride. They think I suck ass. And they think the only trick I know how to do is full cabs. And it makes me laugh. Like, a majority of the time, those kids are better than me. Those kids got a lot more tricks than me. But what they're lacking is the idea of what BMX is. Just because you can do flares and you can do truck drivers and you can do feeble to hard 360s and you can do feeble hard 180 bars doesn't mean you're gonna go pro, and doesn't mean that you're better than someone else. Because if I go riding with those kids, a majority of the time, those kids can't even ice pick an 8-foot quarter. If I go to a skate park and those kids are shit talking on me and I say, hey, go ice pick that 8-foot quarter, a majority of the time, that little prick can barely 50 the quarter. But he can do all the other tricks, which is awesome. So those kids in that age bracket always usually put like, oh, you fucking suck. You're the worst rider in the world. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you, Montana Ricky. I've even had dudes DM me and write me a long page letter on how bad I suck at BMX and why should I be sponsored? How come I get these chances? And I'll be honest, sometimes it hurts my feelings. And then there's other times where I know the work and effort that I've put into this thing and the time that I put into it and the money. Oh my God, dude. I am stuck so bad into BMX, it's not even funny. Like, I'm blessed to say that my first sponsorship was Vandal Bikes, and I was 17 years old, and I've probably paid for a couple frames in my life, and the rest of the frames, I've been sponsored. So I've always had free frames, and I've always had free bike parts for years now. And that's a blessing, and I'm super happy about it. Like, right now, yes, I am sponsored. I'm sponsored by Medieval Bikes. If you guys don't know who Medieval is, down at the bottom I'll leave a link so you guys can follow them and check them out. They're a new company, a new American-made company. But anyway, I'm not going to do that whole advertise that thing. But yes, I am sponsored now. And then I'm also sponsored by Merit BMX. And I also work for Merit BMX. And yes, I am lucky. But the luck that I do have is not because I didn't deserve it. It's because I earned it and I put a lot of work in. I literally work for a parts company because somebody offered me a job. I quit my job. I sold everything I had. I jumped in my car and I drove 52 hours. 52 hours, which took me 3 days because I got stuck in 3 blizzards to drive from Great Falls, Montana, all the way to New Jersey, just so I could have the job that I have. And then getting this job made it more stable and easier for me to get more opportunities. So when somebody presents an opportunity to me, I've taken a majority of those in my life. I didn't say no. I just said, you know what? I don't have a plan. I don't know what I want to do. But what I do want to do is I want to do something in BMX. And that's what I love. So I'm going to take this chance or this opportunity and I'm going to jump on it. And so I get these kids that just tell me I'm a fucking garbage piece of shit rider. They're way better than me. And, you know, if I go and click and go and check out their Instagram, a majority of the time they can barely 180. A majority of the time they barely can do any tricks. And it makes me laugh. It's like, how do you have the audacity to call somebody out and say they suck dick, but yet you can't even ride a bike? But I get it. You know, it's a competitive, jealous sport that we're in, okay? And usually when a person doesn't know a person, they talk shit on them and they hate on them, right? I get it a lot because I'm very outgoing. I do a lot of fucked up things. I make a lot of jokes. And my riding isn't up to what riding speed is now. So I'm going to get hate. And I have a lot of followers. So when you have a lot of followers, you're going to have baggage. I get that too. The hardest part for me is if I get multiple ones of that. Now, it's been a while since I've had multiple kids just start shit talking on me and doing that. Like with pages like Rodeo Peanut dogging on me and Team Weed and Tem Weed and 540 Kush and all those guys, I don't get too offended by that. Like, I don't have the Austin Augie effect. And I personally have nothing against Austin Augie, but I know people do because maybe they think he's narcissistic or they think he's an asshole or something like that. But I think he's just misunderstood. I appreciate the work he did. I just think if he reached out to people in a different way instead of, you know, carrying a phone or a video camera and doing the fake voice thing and doing the vlogs in that manner and was actually himself, I think people would like it better. But that's what it is with me. This is me. This is Montana Ricky Lopez. I'm always myself. I'm crazy. I'm goofy. I'm always running around. I'm always screaming. I'm always doing something idiotic. And I'm always doing something that's not normal. Now, like I said from the beginning, in BMX, it doesn't matter how good you are. It just matters how you are and how you present yourself. People are sellers now. BMX is no longer, it almost seems like BMX isn't about talent, it's about influencers. Look at all these guys that have opportunities and chances. 20 years ago, half of the pros that are pros nowadays would not be pro, would not be getting a single fucking paycheck because their BMX skills do not match what BMX pros match back then. But times have changed. Social media is super important. YouTube is super important. Instagram is important. Fuck, I don't even do TikTok, and that's important. Snapchat. Like, you have to be up on your social media. And if you're not up on your social media, you're going to lose out. And since you're up on top of your social media, you're going to get picked on. You're going to get talked about. And that's what happens with me. And I get it. It's part of the game. Yesterday on my Instagram, I made a thing talking about kids talking shit on me because all I do is full caps. I find it funny because I could go forever not posting a full cap, but that's what I like. In BMX, you're going to find tricks that you like doing, and that's what you're going to do. Just like I said, Tate loves doing tire slides. If you watch Tate's Instagram, every other clip is him doing a tire slide. All right? If you watch Jordan, dude rides for Jordan Goodwin loves to do hard 360s. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Dan Crook likes to do those hard 360s too. Like, everybody's got a trick like that. Dylan Lloyd does to do 50 grind to fucking hard oppo tail whips out of handrails. You know what I mean? Everybody has one single trick that they do consistently, and it's always in there. I don't care who you are. There's only a few people in BMX that have fucking tons of tricks, and that person's Matt Hoffman. You know what I'm saying? And on Instagram, if you're like me, I post every single fucking day. Every day. I have almost 8,000 posts. That means every single day I'm posting a riding clip. If I'm posting a riding clip every single fucking day, you're going to see multiple repeats, but it's going to be on a different object. All right? I don't have a different trick for every single... If I'm posting one clip of BMX almost new every single day, that's 365 clips a year, right? I don't have 365 clips. So that's what happens. Kids come on there, they see my Instagram, and they see repeats and tricks, and they just talk shit. My best thing to do to you guys, if any of you guys are on here and you guys have people that talk shit to you on your Instagram, laugh it off. Don't get pissed off. Actually, take it as a challenge. Take what they say to you and make it a challenge. Make yourself go out and make yourself better. And that's what I've done to people that have been assholes to me or talk shit to me or told me I suck dick at riding BMX. I just looked at them. I laughed. I went along with what they said. And then I went out and rode my bike, and I fucking shredded. I went out and I learned new tricks, and I went out and became a better person. In the long run, if you're happy, that's all that matters. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. It's a goddamn kid's bike. You're a grown-ass dude, or you're a young adult, and you're just trying to have fun. If you guys have ever had anybody shit talking on you, or you guys have had somebody say something about your riding, let me know. Tell me something about it in the comments. I want to hear your guys' stories. These are just kind of like little quips, like first things that I talk about that have to do with me. But I'm also interested in things that happen to you guys. All right, dudes. It's already been 20-something minutes. You guys have the greatest day ever. I love all you guys. Make sure to smash that stupid-ass like button. If you guys don't like this video, just remember my name's Spencer Forsman. Dislike the shit out of this. Make sure to share it on your Instagram stories and on your Facebook. I really appreciate the people that share it on their Instagram stories, and I appreciate the people that share it on their Facebook. It helps me out a lot, and it makes this thing get better. Leave me some comments talking about this video today, and then make sure to hit the notification bell, which will notify you when my new videos come out. So on the subscription, if you guys look, there's a bell thing that you can hit and it'll notify you. So hit that, guys. I love every single one of you guys, and you know the deal. And marijuana.